Aww, now that's the picture from the update thing came from. Alright, what's up gamers and gamettes? My name is John, and welcome back to Witcher's Empty Mask. Last time, basically, apparently I didn't play the updated version. I mean, I got this from the Facebook page and stuff, but then someone commented like, no, you gotta go through the itchy.io version of it, because apparently when the picture showed up with Yuki, it was supposed to be a different art, not the one that I saw before, and then I did it all over again, and yeah, you guys probably saw it from the very beginning of this edit, but yeah, so we're going to continue the story. So let's see what awaits us. Let's see what little new other features are gonna, and new dialogue for our main protagonist. Suddenly, the sound of the alarm clock reaches my ear. Until a few seconds ago, everything was completely silent. Whiteness. The clouds. I lazily opened my eyes as I rubbed my face and exhaled deeply, letting out a giant grunt. Oh, hold on, give me a second. Just wanted to check something. I reached for my phone and raised it over my head, lowering it in front of my eyes just to see the clock change from 7 o'clock to 7:01. I quickly shut off the alarm by tapping the phone with my finger. It is the beginning of a new day. The warm rays of the morning sun stretched through my window, eliminating the last few traces of darkness in my room. I spent a few seconds laying in my bed, just looking at the wall, accepting the fact the sun has already come out. We all know the feeling, Yuki. We all know the feeling of that time. I yawned. Then I glanced back at my phone and checked the morning news. Nothing interesting, as expected. Oh, alright, Ichiro. Alright, you're looking pretty dope right there with your nice little green hoodie and your nice little cool shirt with your little ring necklace. Alright, cool. I sighed a little disappointed. It seems that today will just be another boring day. Oh, that's hilarious, bro. I love Eternal Night Studio with their little work, man. Freaking Trick or Treat, or like Adults in Hearts and stuff. I like they're even showing like that's from their Patreon, like the chibi pictures and like their other pictures that came with it from before, way before, man. I can't remember where this was. I think this was from Trick or Treat. No, probably not. I think this is from something else. I'm not sure. I could be wrong on that, to be honest. And there's a lab coat right there. I don't know where that's from, to be honest. I don't know. Without further ado, I get up and head to the bathroom. That's hilarious, though. Oh, hello. Hey. Oh, this is pretty nice setting here, to be honest. This is a nice setting. This really is. Holy crap, I like detail and color with it. Once I finish my business, I descend to the living room. There, I find my breakfast waiting silently for me. White rice with eggs and soup. Without hesitation, I sit down and start eating alone. Oh, my mother made me breakfast before going to work. While watching television, I see a reporter talking about the latest homicide in the city. Except this time, it seems to be just a simple armed robbery that had gone wrong, and had not been the act of organized crime. It's not something that particularly interests me. I really prefer to avoid that kind of news. Sometimes it just seems like the media wants to feed you with the fear and hopelessness. Though I guess it's inevitable, considering crimes are part of the daily life here. And, whether you want to hear it or not, it's what everyone talks about. Once I finished breakfast, I took my dishes to the kitchen and to wash them. I then head back to my room to change into my uniform for my new school. Afterwards, I checked to see if I was missing any books or utensils. I don't know why the period's right there. I prepared to leave, and I closed the door behind me and lock it. What follows is simple. I walked to the train station to board the morning train. This will have been my third day of school since I moved to Momoji. Oh, okay. I glance over video game articles on my phone while the sound of the moving train echoes in the background. Oh, really? While I'm standing, I notice the surrounding people who I know nothing about. or desire to know anything about. The atmosphere overflows with a dead silence. We are so very close physically, and yet between our hearts there is an infinite distance between us. Anyways, this is simply a part of being a human. When I hear the doors open on the train, I quickly shut off my phone and begin to my long walk to school. Excuse me. I start to notice other students with the same uniform as me walking in the same direction. Some of the students are already wearing their coats, but they're perfectly normal considering now it's winter. I don't bother trying to study anyone's faces because it's not like I would know any of them anyways. I then cross the entrance to the school and begin to head my classroom. I sit in my assigned seat. Oh, okay. Keep quiet while I wait for my classes to start. Around me, there are other students who arrived in class early. Yeah, I'll take it. I'm gonna complete without paying attention to anything else. Excuse me. I think back to my first day of classes when everyone gave me critical glances and whispered behind my back. Little shit talking like fucking cut you down with my damn needles. However, it seems that I'm not very interesting, as they quickly lost interest and everything returned to normalcy that I'm used to seeing in the classroom. I was hoping someone would ask about the rumors surrounding me, but I'm grateful that did not happen. Excuse me. In short, it had been the best start for me, but with time, I hope that I can make some friends. Aww. After all, it would be such a pity to finish my school life without having any memories of friendship. I leave my thoughts when I hear the teacher enter the classroom. She wants friends now. Oh my god. Oh. Immediately, the president of the class tells us to give a greeting, and then classes finally begin. I listen to the professor speak while time passes without an incident falling into the monetary of every day. Monetary. More than once, I glance at the clock and discover that only a few minutes have passed by. This is part of school life. After all, our time here is only controlled by the class bell. There were so many things that did not go well for me in the past few years. So I need to make an effort not to repeat my mistakes. This is a new opportunity for me and a new beginning. Hours passed without incident, just like any other normal school day. My thoughts break once I heard the lunch bell ring. The teachers then say some last words before putting his things away and leaving. Some of the students bring their own food and prefer to stay in the room to eat and talk. Others, as in my case, need to go to the cafeteria to buy something to eat. It's either that or suffer the nightmare of having an empty stomach for the rest of the school day. Without losing any time, I stand up and head to the cafeteria. Alright. However, as soon as I leave the room, I suddenly stop and look back. Ichiru. She's there again. I sighed with annoyance. I cannot help it. Again, that girl is following me. Akitsu Yuki. Oh no, Yandere. Since the incident with the bully, she has been following me. Wait, alright, so we're switching points of view now. We're freaking Akitsu, now we're Ichiru. Alright, so we're Ichiru, alright. She waits for me in the hallway and walks silently behind me. I only get rid of her when it's time to go back to class, but throughout the lunch, she's always behind me. Her steps are so quiet that you can listen to the others talking as if I was truly alone. She looks like a little cat asking to be adopted. That one time Yuki told me that she wanted to do something for me. I rejected it, saying that it wasn't necessary, that she had to be more careful. However, it seems like she had not forgotten about it. At all the times, she maintained a very serious expression on her face. I do not think she does it out of malice. Actually, I think she does not even know why she is doing it. When I stare back at her, Yuki looks down in distress. She does not say anything or react. She just stands motionless, like a statue, blushed with embarrassment. At first, I thought ignoring her would be enough to stop it, but now I have my doubts. Yuki seems to be very patient, as if she was capable of spending a lifetime just waiting inside. Oh, you have no idea, Ichiru. You have no freaking idea. Just don't piss her off. I close my eyes, thinking for a moment, what should I do? Do I get choices? I do not like it. It makes me feel uncomfortable. Maybe I should tell her, or at least ask her what she wants. But at the same time, I feel like ignoring her would be the best way to convey the message. Alright, can I quick save this? Quick save. It would be best to ignore her. I should talk to her. Let's try talking to her. Alright. I take a deep breath before making a decision. I do not feel good about ignoring a girl, even if she's a nuisance. I should talk to her. I cannot just leave things the way they are. Well, dude, first of all, then again, it's been years, so it kind of understandable if you don't remember her from the very fucking first thing in the past, so whatever. With the mind, and I walk towards her, feeling my heart beating with embarrassment. Yuki looks down shyly. She never expected me to come near her. I walk down the hall with heavy steps until I reach an empty area. I do not want anyone seeing us see us talking. Then I turn around and stare at Yuki. She is surprised when I do it. Blushing, she looks down but does not say a word. I knew she would follow me. Without hesitation, I approach her. Oh! Alright. Akatsu, did I have a different voice with him? I don't know. Alright. Akatsu, right? She simply nodded silently. Then she looks up, looking at my eyes shyly. The color of her eyes is very unusually red. It is attractive, but at the same time, intimidating. Why are you following me? Yuki immediately looks away. That's funny. Alright. I wait for her answer, but seconds pass without her saying anything. I exhale full of resignation, and then I put up a very serious face. Please stop doing that. I understand that you are grateful for me for helping you, but it is uncomfortable. I thought adding that she would also make other people see her as strange, but in the end, I did not. This is not about them, but about me. I also believe that she's already had a reputation before. Immediately, I noticed that look in Yuki's eye changes and becomes more serious and cold. I will not. Even if Takana does not like it, I want to do it. Oh no, alright, she's yondering now. Oh my god. That is her unexpected response. I blinked confused, unable to utter another word. I thought she would actually be simply apologizing. The truth is that she has made me feel like the villain of the scene by denying something so small to a lonely girl. Yuki has no friends, and unlike me, she has been living in the city since her birth. Of course, that does not mean that everyone is mean to her, or at least I do not think they are, but Yuki seems unable to form bonds with any other persons. Her personality is very quiet and calm, and the most would describe this as boring. There is also an issue of her last name. Everyone is afraid of socializing with a member of the family in charge of the darkest business in all of Memoji. I'm the only exception to the rule, the only person she approaches. I would have never imagined that there would be a girl after me, much less that ticket would be someone like her. But I cannot leave things as they are either. I cross my arms and direct penetrating gaze towards her eyes. I keep silent for a couple of seconds so that she realizes my intentions. Please do not be stubborn. Also, you probably have better things to do than following me in silence. It's not like my life is very interesting either. I speak with seriousness and firmness without being rude. Then I wait for her answer. Yuki shakes her head in denial with a strong look in his. Wait, what? I thought you mean her. Oh no, a strong look in his eyes. Excuse me. Or you mean her? I don't know. Whatever. Is she really happy just following me without even trying to talk to me? I cannot imagine that she would not want more. When I look at her, I think she has lost all hope forming a friendship with another person, so she simply has stopped trying and is content with just that. I would be lying if I put the B. I would be lying if I said it did not bother me. But I also hated having to see her, this girl, pushed aside because Neither society nor her know how to talk to each other. I leave out alongside. At the moment, my expression changes from anger to resignation. It seems that there is no other option. Well, if you plan to keep doing it, why don't you at least walk next to me? It would be better to walk together than for you to simply follow me. And also, you would not give such a bad impression to others. I answered without thinking much. It was a logical response, however, I could not have imagined the repercussion of my words. Yuki's expression was a complete surprise, opening her eyes wide and poking her fingers in a timid gesture. Quickly, she looks away blushing. Is she really a member of a dangerous Akatsu family? This girl's just too shy. And if we're not to her last name, I would have never thought about it. Would that be fine with you? Do you not worry about being seen walking by my side? They will think ill of you. I think it's already a little late for that. I remember at the same time as I scratched my head, childly sketching a silly smile. My reputation was ruined before I arrived. Rumors travel faster than light. Yuki looks at me with a great curiosity in her eyes, cocking her head and blinking a couple of times without saying a word. My heart jumps suddenly. It looks just adorable. It's unfair coming from someone so dangerous. Without being able to avoid it, I blush and Yuki laughs sweetly and elegantly covering her lips with her hand. Oh my god, I'm sorry. It lasted but an instant, no more than a few seconds, but it was so bright it ignited a unique sensation in me. I'm happy, thanks, Tanaka. Yuki says with a bow. She called me by my last name with formality, but her intentions to get closer with me was quite obvious. I had to be blind not to notice them. So far, everything is fine. However, suddenly I hear something that ruins the dramatic scene. Unexpectedly, I hear my hungry stomach roar like a furious beast, asking to be fed and causing me to blush in intense red. I look down in silent embarrassment, motionless for some short seconds that feel like an eternity. Meanwhile, she watches me silently as if there was something unusually fascinating about me. Well, ignore that, I say with a blank mind. Yuki unexpectedly laughs again, with as much elegance and beauty as the first time. Seeing her makes me question, why would I have wanted to get such a pretty girl to get away from me? Oh, you have no idea, buddy. I think it would be better for you to go to the cafeteria before lunch hour is over. I nodded silently before fixing my eyes on hers. Yes, I should better do that. What? Yes, I guess I should be doing it. I should better do it. I better do it. I don't know, whatever grammar on this, or I'll have to suffer the consequences. Yuki smiles, covering her lips with one hand. However, her smile soon disappears. Her expression becomes shy in a couple of seconds. Mind if I come? What the fuck? We were just having a conversation about this like a minute ago, not that long ago. Like you said, just walk by my side, girl. It's pretty, like, literally. A small question that implies something bigger. Since she's already has my permission, there will be any problem. But there is something else that bothers me when I think about it. Something that may appear silly. I like to say yes, but she brought no food with you, right? I would not like it to be the only one eating. It will look bad for me to have a girl by my side and don't let her get a single bite. I might look as a fool right now, but the way I am, that's the way I am. I slap my forehead gently, expressing with a gesture that I feel stupid. Sorry, what I said does not make sense. I can share half of my food with you. No, you don't have to do that. that you'll be much more hungrier than me. She answers immediately. You're rich, aren't you? I thought you were gonna buy food too, or whatever. I don't know. I'm surprised to hear her say that. She was the first person that I know who has ever rejected free food. When I was little, my friends always asked me to invite them, and now she rejects it. Undoubtedly, she is someone special. After saying that, the Yuki smile is looking more relaxed. Maybe tomorrow I can bring my own lunch, so we can eat together. That sounds like much a better suggestion, at least for my stomach. Sure, if you prefer it. I'll see you tomorrow at lunchtime. Yes, see you tomorrow, Takana. Enjoy your lunch. What the fuck would you be? Well, then again. Alright, Yuki smiles gratefully before bowing and finally retreating. Aw, that's cute. I watched her walk away while I think about whether I had not made a mistake. Probably. Maybe I have gotten involved in something complicated without knowing it. I feel the remorse regret in my heart as I walk to the cafeteria. I may have been given a new chance in life, but the stupidity will never be taken away from me. Anyways, it's best to forget it. If I did it was the reason for repenting it, would be useless now. Transition. After talking to Yuki, the rest of the day continues as normal, as boring and peaceful as it should be. The bell rings announcing the end of the class. I had survived one more day. The teacher says in a few last words before giving us permission to retire and walk out through the door. Then my classmates pick up their things and start to leave, some in a hurry while others stop to talk with a complete calm. I have no reason to stay like that. Without hesitation, I head for the door. Said, fuck this shit, I'm out. Alright, without hesitation, I head for the door. I thought Yuki would be following me, but I was wrong. I sighed with relief and continued moving, this time without stopping until I get to the train station. In the afternoon, change colors. In the afternoon, there are a few people than in the mornings. I managed to find the unoccupied seat and start playing a card game on my phone. I let the time pass until I hear I have reached my stop. Then I get off of the train and continue walking. The sky has a beautiful orange color, while the winter air feels icy, the right thing for the season. Once I'm in front of my house, I enter the key and open the door. I'm home. Also, this is his home. Also, we started as him. Alright, I get it. I say while I take off my shoes after entering. Then suddenly, my mother appears with a big smile. At first glance, she looks impatient, as if thinking about something. Excuse me. Ichiru, you would not guess who I just met today. I immediately blink confused. Yes, she's right. I would have never guessed because I cannot think of a single person. I blink a couple of times confused before speaking. Who, mother? Rika! Do you still remember her? You used to always play together when you were children. And now she has all grown up and become such a pretty girl. She says, oh no. Excited as I have rarely seen her before, her news take me back by surprise. Rika! Rika! I exclaim incredulously. Listening to make my heart jump. For a moment, I forgot who she was. It was true, when I lived in Memoji a few years ago, I used to play a lot with Rika. And not only that, she told me that she would come tomorrow to greet you. Try to behave, Ichiru. My heart then stops for a moment. I did not know whether to shout or keep quiet. It was impossible to believe. That was the last part of my mother's idea without doubt, although it was not like I can refuse it. It was the incredibly a surprise. I have not heard from her for such a long time. I do not know if she keeps thinking of me as a friend. Ooh, you know what? I think I'm gonna leave it off for right here for right now, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in for this episode of Winter's Empty Mask. Check out the demo, man. Also check out the rest of the other channels of all the people that created this. So yeah, we're gonna find out next time if we get to meet this Rika person. But yeah, alright, so without further ado, I hope you guys have a good night, good evening, good morning from wherever from. So peace out and sayonara. Bye bye.